Today I'm going to be talking about some home-based business ideas that you can start doing to make some money from the comfort of your own home. Now, quite a few of these business ideas I've personally tried out myself, so I'm actually going to be able to talk to you about some good points and some not so good points about testing out some of these business ideas in case you're actually looking to do them yourself. If you're new here, my name is Tess, and on this channel I share a lot of useful tips for entrepreneurs like yourself. So please do make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Now the good news is it's very simple for you to actually start up a home-based business idea, and virtually almost anyone can do it from the comfort of their own home, provided you're looking to take a risk and simply be committed to the process. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the best home-based business ideas that I think you can start doing to make some money at home today. The first business idea you're going to want to consider is starting up a childcare business in the comfort of your own home. Now, usually for you to actually start up a childcare business, you would usually need to get the relevant license, maybe from your council, for instance. I know that's definitely the process for those who are looking to start that kind of business here in the UK. But basically, I feel like a childcare business is very, very lucrative, particularly irrespective of what the economic situation is. A lot of parents, like myself, are generally always gonna need childcare. So childcare businesses are actually very, very resilient, okay? And if you're looking to go into business and you're thinking of a business that's likely to be recession proof and also pretty well paid, then you definitely should consider starting up a childcare business. Now, a lot of times you don't actually need to go out there and pay an excessive amount on startup costs. You can actually run it from the comfort of your own home. The only thing is you do need to make sure that the environment that you set up in your home obviously meets the relevant health and safety standards and the regulations provided by the government for you to be able to run that particular nursery or childcare establishment from the comfort of your own home. It's also very simple and straightforward for you to scale this up over time. So you could start this kind of business running it from your home, and then over time, as you become more and more established, you can then go out there and open more branches across other areas. I think when you're looking to start up a childcare business, it's important for you to consider the area and the location that you're looking to set up your business in. For instance, if you're setting up a childcare business, it's very, very important that you are obviously situated in a residential area that caters to families, okay, majorly families, and ideally maybe there are schools around that area as well, because if there are schools around that area, then you obviously know that it's likely to be an area that is also family oriented. So these are things to definitely consider if you are thinking about a business that you can do from the comfort of your own home. Of course, it goes without saying that you need to be good with children. You generally need to enjoy working with children, but it can be a very, very rewarding and lucrative career that you can start from the comfort of your own home. The next business idea to consider is working as a newborn or baby photographer. Now, if you have photography skills or you are someone who's highly creative, this is something you could look at doing, and it's very easy for you to actually get started with doing this from the comfort of your own home. Now, the only reason I know that this particular business idea pays quite well is because I actually paid for some stunning photos for my child when she was about 1 year old, okay? And I remember paying an absolute fortune for the pictures. The person that actually took the photos had been running this particular business from the comfort of her own home for many, many years, and she simply set up a studio, I think using like a garage conversion. But if you don't have a garage conversion at your house, then you can simply set up an indoor studio, okay? So getting a lot of props, getting a lot of costumes, and basically having different setups that can accommodate different types of photography styles for babies and for newborns. Another thing that's important to bear in mind when you're looking to go along with this business idea is the fact that it's very important for you to build up your portfolio over time. So making sure that you're getting a lot of reviews from those who you have photographed before, and also making sure that maybe you're using sites like Instagram, or maybe you have your own dedicated website where you are showing your portfolio of work, because it's very important for a lot of clients or parents like myself to be able to actually visibly see, what sort of work this particular person has done in the past, and to decide whether or not it's worth booking with them or not. But it's definitely an idea you don't want to sleep on. It's something to consider, and it's something that you could very well be able to establish from the comfort of your own home. Now, the next business idea you should consider is working as an interior designer. Now, interior designers can make quite a lot of money, particularly if you are, targeting a lot of high-paying clients. Typically, your clients could be anyone who has recently bought a home. You could be working closely with a lot of landlords who have properties that they are renting out, and they obviously want a dedicated interior designer to come and stage that particular home for them, and design it in a particular way that will be appealing to their clientele. So I think that this particular job, or this particular business rather, will heavily suit someone who is, again, quite creative. Obviously, you may not have a lot of interior designing skills initially, but I think if you were to take inspiration from sites such as Pinterest, that will give you some ideas as to what sort of interior design decor ideas are out there that you could actually start to play along with when you are looking to set up other clients' homes or other clients' offices for them. Some of the other clients that you might work with include those who obviously do office rentals. So you might be in a position where you have to actually decorate someone's office for them, or someone's nursery room, or a conservatory. So there's so many ways that you could actually play around with this business idea. And I feel like if you're someone who enjoys being extremely creative and who is ready to be quite adventurous in terms of decor and design, then this is a business idea that you might want to think about, because it's something that you could quite easily set up. It also requires very, very minimal startup costs to get started with. I mean, if you already have a Pinterest account, you might even already be gathering a lot of ideas that you have, and all you really need is that right client to get you started. Now, to get started with this business idea, I would highly recommend that you work with maybe initially your friends and family initially, okay, to help you build up that portfolio. Take a lot of pictures of before and afters, and maybe if you're in a position where you're refurbishing your own home, then obviously this is something that you want to make sure that you are taking pictures of the progress, because this will really help you build up a portfolio that you can then use to show other future clients. Now, the next business idea you want to consider is going into a business where you're actually creating a lot of gift packaging sets, okay? So like hampers and things like that for different types of celebrations. So think Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthdays, different types of parties, okay, including things like baby showers. Now, this particular business idea can be extremely lucrative if you play it right, okay? So for instance, if you're looking to get started with this business idea, I would highly recommend that you try and work alongside other business professionals that work within the hospitality industry, okay? So you might want to link up with those who work within catering, for instance, or those who work within photography, okay? Because a lot of these other professionals would have clients that might be interested in your services. Another thing to consider with this particular business idea has to be your startup costs, okay? So you really need to make sure that you consider the cost of your materials versus how much you're actually going to be selling each of these different hampers and gift packages for you to actually make a profit and a good return from it. I think that this is a good business idea because you can quickly and easily set it up from the comfort of your own home. It's also very low cost and it can be very, very profitable depending on how you play it and depending on how many clients you actually are able to sell your gifts packages to. It's also a business idea that you need to make sure that you are fully taking advantage of, the seasonal fluctuation. So for instance, around Christmas you might tend to get a whole lot more orders compared to other times of the year. The next business idea to consider is starting a catering business. Yes, that's correct. Now this is actually a business idea that I have done in the past. Now I will say that this business idea can take quite a bit of time. So if you're someone who isn't looking to actually put in a lot of time and effort, then this business idea might not be for you. But I will definitely say that if you have a passion in cooking, particularly cooking for others, then this is something that you definitely want to consider. Now that might just be that you actually have a passion for baking or creating cupcakes and things like that, and it's something that you just want to develop a little bit further. I would highly suggest that you look to start a catering business, because what do you have to lose? You already have a kitchen in your own home, so the startup cost is practically little to none. It's very, very low cost, okay? And I think that if you set up your costs appropriately, then this could be a business idea that could well be quite profitable. Now, another thing to bear in mind is that if you're setting this up and you're based in the UK, you want to make sure that you have the relevant food hygiene certificate, okay, and that you've passed that. Ideally, a lot of customers will generally be okay ordering food from you if your food hygiene certificate is excellent and has very, very good rates. Another thing to consider with this particular business idea, and a lot of all the other business ideas that I've mentioned in this video, is that it's very, very scalable. So for instance, with this particular idea, you can actually scale it up in the sense that you can actually then develop recipe books for you to sell on, okay, which will make you a very, very simple and easy bit of passive income on the side. Another option that you could go to scale up this particular idea is actually offering online catering courses, okay? So online catering training, for instance, where you actually then deliver cooking classes via a virtual platform, okay, and people pay you to actually attend those. So these are just some ideas that crossed my mind and I thought to share them with you. I'd like to know your thoughts and whether or not you've actually started any of these particular business ideas in the past. If you haven't, which one of these particular business ideas are you going to look at starting? I'd also like your suggestions in the comments about if you think there are any other business ideas that you would add to this list and what they would be and why.